Welcome, Matt fans, to another action-packed card of Tri-State Championship Wrestling. I am your ringside host, Hank Hudson, and joining me to provide his expert guest color commentary, wrestling great and tag team legend Guido Mongol. And Guido, during this week's edition, we have the 7 feet less 1 inch, 401-pound Lil Vern the Hillbilly.
Terrific. I seen him in his last match, and I really enjoyed it, and I got great hopes for him. He's going to do well. He's going to go far, right to the top. He's the next Hillbilly Jim.
And also, we're going to see the tag team combination managed by Downtown Bruno, consisting of Baron Mikel Donatelli and Irish Red Walsh.
Downtown Bruno, that's enough. I don't want to talk about him. I don't have nothing to say about Downtown Bruno. His brain is uptown, he's downtown.
Also, we have 2 title matches this week. For the Tri-State TV title, we have Johnny Rotten defending against the rugged challenge of the high-flying California Kid, T.C. Reynolds.
Oh, T.C. Reynolds, good wrestler. Johnny Rotten will have his hands full.
And also, we have the Tri-State heavyweight title up for grabs as John Hercules Gavin puts it on the line against the rugged challenge of the Kentucky Butcher.
I think the Kentucky Butcher is a tough guy, a rugged guy. I don't know how much he's learned lately since his last match. Not very much, I don't think, but there's always a hope.
Altogether, 4 great matches this week on Tri-State Championship Wrestling. Wrestling fans, this is it, Tri-State Championship Wrestling. The following matches are conducted under the rules and regulations of the Tri-State Wrestling Alliance. Our referee for this hour of wrestling, Gentleman Joe Perry. This opening contest, 1 fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing in the far corner from nowhere, weighing 230 pounds, the Black Shadow. And his opponent from Appalachia, standing 7 feet less 1 inch, weighing in at 401 pounds, Lil Vern. This is Hank Hudson at ringside, along with wrestling great and tag team legend Guido Mongol for our opening event this week on Tri-State Championship Wrestling. And Guido, we have this man. You're very impressed with him, and I sure am.
Yes, I am, yes.
This Lil Vern from Appalachia.
Lil Vern against the Shadow. That's about what we have here, a Shadow. That's right.
The Shadow trying a wrist lock on Lil Vern, but it was futile. The strength differential is just too much. Once again, a wrist lock advantage by the Shadow, but it isn't for long as Vern just tosses him like a sack of potatoes.
A shadow of a sack of potatoes.
That could be it. A 171-pound weight disadvantage for the Shadow. Laying forearms in on Vern, but no effect, Guido. He's impervious.
Hey, Shadow! One more time. DK, one more time.
This Lil Vern stands in center ring, an immovable object, but an eye gouge gets some...
Yeah.
And now it's an eye gouge and a double hair pull by the Black Shadow. But he's getting the dander up of Vern. Guido, he doesn't want to do that.
That's right. He's no big dummy, I'll tell you right now.
A meaty forearm across the back of the neck by Vern.
Get on him there, Vern.
This 401-pound man-mountain giant is really going to town on this Black Shadow. And now a whip into the ropes on the rebound. What agility on that man.
400-pound drop kick, right?
I've never seen a 400-pound drop kick. Splash! Oh! We're going to need a chisel and hammer to scrape him off the canvas.
Ken Patera couldn't get 400 pounds up that high.
A 401-pound drop kick, I still can't believe it. And our fans in attendance here are shocked. They just can't believe it. Never seen before in professional wrestling, a 401-pound flying drop kick.
I'll tell you, Bruno Sammartino would be proud of that guy. I'll tell you. I used to watch Bruno drop kick, and he could really throw a great drop kick. And here's a guy that's 7 feet tall and 400 pounds that throws equally as good a drop kick as Bruno. Bruno would be proud to see this guy, I'll tell you.
Well, I'm surprised the Black Shadow was able to get off the canvas after a 401-pound.
Yeah,
oh, he's up now, but he's on Queer Street somewhere. He doesn't know where he is. Well, Matt fans.
There he is. He's heading for San Francisco right now.
We'll be back with more wrestling action right after this interview. With me now, the big man from Appalachia, standing 7 feet tall, less 1 inch, weighing 401 pounds, Little Vern. And Vern, on an earlier interview, we talked about weasels, namely manager Mark Curtis and Downtown Bruno, and I know you're getting your fill of weasels really quick.
Yeah, like I said, I don't like them weasels. Let me tell you a story down there where I was from. We take weasels and we snap their neck. We just snap. That's what we do to weasels. It's not pretty, but it's fun when you don't like weasels.
I know these weasels are pretty small. They'd be like maybe a tick on your ear or something in comparison to your size.
Yeah, they're small. They're small to me, and I don't like beating up on little people like that. But if they interfere in the matches, snap. Weasels, don't like them.
Well, these two weasels, or managers, whatever you want to call them, they're going to the Tri-State Wrestling Alliance and they're trying to ban your flying drop kick. They say you're too large a man to try such a maneuver in the ring.
Well, that's something I can't believe they're trying to do. I can't. I mean, a man of my size being able to drop kick, that should be. People should be coming to see that. Just coming to see how high I can get. I can get higher than anybody can think of drop kicking.
Well, I know these two men. They're unscrupulous, and they'll try anything to get an advantage on a wrestler. They probably think, since you're from the country, that maybe you don't know any better, but they're going to try to pull some fast ones on you.
Well, I just hope they don't, because, I'm training. I just got started training with Mr. Hercules Gavin. I started training. I finally started picking up real weights. I was training down there with trees where I was from.
Yeah, I heard about the hard work you did on the farm and out in the forest. The work you've done is legendary. You do the work of 5 men in a single day.
Well, I think it might be six men at least, in my opinion.
Well, you might have to face 6 men on Tri-State Championship Wrestling if Bruno or Curtis have their way. Fans, the pride and joy of the manager, the master of disaster, Mark Curtis, standing to my left, the Tri-State TV champion, Johnny Rotten, and standing to my right, his aptly named partner, Sid Vicious. And together these men are known as Disaster Incorporated.
You want to know the reason why they're called Disaster Incorporated, Hudson? Because I am the master disaster. I am the master disaster, and I am the master of these men. Whenever I tell them what to do, they go out and do it. Now, I want to talk very briefly here about a person that we have next week. We have this T.C. Reynolds, lightning bolt. The little guy from California. Now, I want to tell you something. Give it here. Oh, yeah. Here we go. This was T.C. Reynolds' first pair of wrestling trunks. Don't you love it? Flowers. I think he's a little bit like this, you know what I mean? And look, here's like one of the headbands he wears around his legs. Show him what you're going to do with them.
I'm going to take little T.C. Reynolds. Let me tell you something about little T.C. Reynolds. Little T.C. Reynolds, all yous women like T.C. Reynolds. He's the kind of guy that all yous guys, when you're on the beach, he's the kind of guy that wants to steal your wife. Yeah, that's him. He wants to steal your girlfriend and your camera, see? He's a little guy.
They want to steal your boyfriend,
That's right.
too.
He's a little guy. He's on the beach all the time from California, and when yous are there, he wants to steal your cameras. Well, let me tell you, I'm going to beat him to a pulp. I'm going to pulverize him. They don't call me rotten for nothing.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what do you have to say about this, fish?
You know what? I've been accused of my elevator not going all the way to the top floor. Well, these people are crazy. My elevator doesn't even go halfway.
What do you think of that, Hudson? I got a fun-loving group here, don't I?
Well, you got the TV champion, you got 2 contenders for the heavyweight title, and also the tag team title is vacant. Will Disaster Incorporated go for the tag title?
Oh, yeah. We're going to go for all of the marbles.
Wrestling fans, this next event will be for the Tri-State Television Championship, one fall, with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing, first of all, the challenger in the far corner from Huntington Beach, California, weighing in at 228 pounds, the California Kid, T.C. Reynolds. And his opponent from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 235 pounds, the Tri-State TV champion, Johnny Rotten. And of course, he is accompanied by his manager, the master of disaster, Mark Curtis. And once again, Guido Mongol, we have another lucrative championship on the line this week.
This is going to be a hot match, brother.
That's
It's going to be hot. If I have any experience at all, I'll tell you, this is going to be a hot match. It's going to be a hot match. This Reynolds is a terrific wrestler, a terrific wrestler.
both men great scientific wrestlers. Johnny Rotten prefers.
Johnny Rotten is just plain rotten.
He is rotten, but he does possess a lot of scientific
Yes, he
prowess.
Yes, he
But this TC Reynolds is lightning quick in the ring. When he moves in the ring, the action is just too quick to describe with the unaided voice, Guido. He's just too quick.
Yeah, this Johnny Rotten here is a Skull Murphy. I think he's reincarnated Skull Murphy.
Well, some people believe in that.
I don't believe in that myself, but I certainly believe that there is that he is a relative of Skull Murphy. He wrestles like Skull Murphy. He looks like Skull Murphy. He moves around the ring like Skull Murphy.
Oh my, an atomic drop to the base of the spine by Reynolds, and a high-flying drop kick. Johnny Rotten started out with the rough stuff, and now it's Reynolds with that scientific wrestling taking the advantage. And this is one match, Guido. This is an even match here. We could very easily have a title change with these two top men in the ring. Rotten is a very worthy champion, but the man he's opposing this week is very capable of holding that title. And now it's a wrist lock and an arm stretch advantage by the scientific mat technician, TC Reynolds.
If you look very close with the camera, you'll see a lot of scars on this guy. I'll tell you right now, this Johnny Rotten.
He's had a lot of brawls in the ring, out of the ring, and back alleys everywhere.
Yes, the scars up his back. Look at the scars on his shoulder. Look at the scars across his chest. Look at the scars are down the side of his head.
I mean, this man didn't learn wrestling in high school or in the NCAA. He learned it in the back alleys and in a back room, in a bar. He came up the hard way through the wrestling school of hard knocks.
Reminds me of a guy I used to know from the north side of Pittsburgh. I'll tell you.
But now with the wrist lock advantage.
From the north side of Pittsburgh, brother, you better be tough.
But Reynolds maintaining that wrist lock advantage, twisting that arm, that left arm every which way. That arm is every which way but loose, but now a heel scrape across the eyes gains the freedom of Johnny Rotten, our Tri-State TV champion. And now once again to the rough stuff is Johnny Rotten, laying the blows to the midsection. And now a double handful here and a knee lift right to the pit of the jaw, Guido.
That's it.
He really jolted him with that knee lift.
Yeah, that's the real Johnny Rotten.
Laying those elbows and forearms in is Johnny Rotten.
Ooh, I hope he's cooking those potatoes, brother.
Well, TC Reynolds stacked on the canvas now as Johnny Rotten switches the action and the momentum to 100% rough stuff. Handful of hair and a ram into a turnbuckle. Reynolds is taking the worst for the wear now, Guido.
Yes, he is. Yeah. Johnny Rotten got him on the run, brother. He got him on the run.
A head ram right into the canvas. And now it's Rotten with a heel scrape right across the eyes. And now a bond and a knee drop right into the upper chest.
Great move, great move.
Pin endeavor. Joe Perry down for the count, but it yields only a 2 count. That manager at ringside, the master of disaster, Mark Curtis, he could be a factor if things go bad for Johnny Rotten. Looks like a double arm back suplex coming up. Executed to 100% perfection.
Yes, it was.
This could be it, Guido. Reynolds.
I've seen a little trace of Lou Thez in there, brother.
Reynolds might have had all the wind knocked out of him on that maneuver. But Rotten listened to the canvas. A chop right into the throat, whip into the ropes. On the rebound, a handful of hair, and he uses the momentum of Reynolds to toss him through the ropes and down to that hardwood floor.
Smart move. Keep the camera on that guy.
Both of these men lightning, like quick. And Rotten showed his prowess right there.
Camera on Rotten, brother. Keep the camera on Rotten. He's hot to trot. I'll tell you, the Rotten is hot.
Reynolds has a 10 count within which to re-enter the ring. But a butt to the midsection, slingshots the top rope, sunset flip by Reynolds. 1, 2. Oh, you talk about a brilliant maneuver, Guido.
Well, he didn't have anything left from that bump he took outside of the ring.
That maneuver had to be executed.
He's still alive.
If there's any leeway the wrong way there, Guido, he could land on his head and it could be the end of the match, but it was executed perfectly and almost had the 3 count. Wrist lock and a leg splash across the left arm by T.C. Reynolds. As I said, Guido,
T.C. Reynolds is a talented wrestler, a very talented wrestler. The way he come out of that bump outside of the ring, I'll tell you, was...
and now Reynolds, a diagonal whip, charging, a monkey flip, and Johnny Rotten goes sprawling. And now Reynolds rebounding, elbow drop to the chest.
Great match, a great match.
Back and forth, pillar to post. Oh, that's how you get those cauliflower ears.
That's right.
And now a wrist lock by T.C. Reynolds, but a handful here by Rotten. Rotten whipping Reynolds into the ropes. On the rebound, Rotten falls to the canvas. Reynolds hops over. Brilliant maneuvering by Johnny Rotten. But Reynolds is equal to the task.
No, I'll tell you, Rotten is equal to the task. I'll tell you, this guy is great. This Johnny Rotten is a terrific wrestler.
Both wrestlers are just
Great performer, great performer.
action just too quick to be described with the unaided voice, Guido. We just can't keep up with it. We need 5 commentators to keep up with all these moves.
That's right.
But now Reynolds once again maintaining that wrist lock grip. He's maintained this hold through a good bit of the match to slow down this rough and tumble Johnny Rotten.
He got a hold on him there. He can't get out of it, bud.
The manager, the master of disaster, Mark Curtis, is pacing back and forth.
There he goes.
Manager Curtis, I think, is worried that the title could change hands this week. Arm drag by Reynolds.
The referee better start paying attention to the match. Leave the manager alone.
But the fact remains, manager Mark Curtis is very worried here. We could have a title change. Handful here by Johnny Rotten. He's back to his feet. A whip into the ropes. On the rebound. Once again, they're running the ropes. Action too quick to be described here. Reynolds and Rotten falling to the canvas. Arm drag. Flying mirror, by T.C. Reynolds. And once again, with an armbar advantage now, it's T.C. Reynolds. I think this is Reynolds' strategy in this match, Guido. He's trying to slow down this rough and tumble prowess of Johnny Rotten with these scientific maneuvers. He's trying to work on the arm, particularly the left arm, to try to slow this man down. I believe it's in the wrist lock again, T.C. Reynolds.
He's having a fit.
As I said, he was pacing back and forth. He's worried, Guido.
Yeah, sure he's worried.
This Tri-State TV title.
Got him going. Reynolds got him going.
Once again, a whip into the ropes. They're running the ropes again. And now it looks like a sleeper hold grip.
That's what it is.
A sleeper hold by Johnny Rotten, cutting off the supply of blood to the brain, but Reynolds manages to reach the ropes. That's the only thing that could save a mirror. Rotten whipping Reynolds into the ropes on the rebound. A couple of rebounds there, a hop over. Reynolds rebounding again. A clothesline by Johnny Rotten.
Smart guy, this Johnny Rotten. Smart wrestler. Smart wrestler.
A pin try, 2.5. Reynolds really took a hard tumble. He got a blow to the throat. Plus, when he landed on the mat, his back of his neck really hit that canvas hard. He's really seeing stars now, that T.C. Reynolds. Johnny Rotten with the advantage now. It looks like a vertical suplex coming up. He's trying to hoist him into the air.
Back. Reynolds is resisting. Reynolds is resisting, see?
Yes, he is.
Whoa.
He reversed it at the last instant. T.C. Reynolds with the vertical suplex.
Good move.
Johnny Rotten on his back, a pin endeavor.
Oh, he made it to the ropes. He got that leg on the ropes.
Johnny Rotten drapes the right leg over the bottom rope to save himself from a possible 3 count. This match has been knocked down, drag out, pillar the post, rock 'em, sock 'em right from the opening bell, Guido. Lots of scientific maneuvers traded and lots of blows.
I'll tell you, Johnny Addy would be short for words here today.
Yeah, the late Johnny Addy, even he would be shortchanged for words on this match. Charge. Oh, Johnny Rotten sidesteps the oncoming T.C. Reynolds.
Smart Johnny Rotten.
Reynolds crashes the turnbuckle hard. laying the boots in the leather.
He plods on. He never stops. Just like Skull Murphy, the late Skull Murphy.
A gut wrench hoist, a salto maneuver, sometimes called a side suplex, executed brilliantly by Johnny Rotten. Leg splash right across the throat. This could be it now, Matt fans. This could be the title defense right here. 1, 2. This could be a mistake, Guido. He yanked him up before the 3 count.
He should have grabbed it. He should have grabbed it when he could.
I don't know if Reynolds would have kicked out or not, but he should have tried it.
Yeah.
This event, a 1-fall, 15-minute time limit for the Tri-State Television title.
Twist on him there, brother, and he's twisting that neck. He's twisting that neck.
Yeah, with the rear chin lock is Johnny Rotten.
Yes, he is. He's twisting that neck, brother. He's trying to get him some. I don't think he wants to pin him. I think he wants to make him submit. See, which is even better than a pin.
It's more of a feather in a cap to make a guy submit. Referee Joe Perry was Johnny on the spot there, checking for a choke, but there was none. And now it's a knee lift by Johnny Rotten. This T.C. Reynolds could be out on his feet or out on his back now, as Johnny Rotten just deposited him there with that knee lift. Now Johnny Rotten looks like he's going into his victory walk there now.
That's right. He's into his victory walk.
He looks very confident in there now, as though victory is at hand. But Reynolds is trying to mount a comeback. He laid a kick in there, but he's very weary at this point.
Yeah, he's groggy. Reynolds is groggy.
Flying mare.
He's groggy. And Rotten is taking advantage of it.
This man, he's rotten to the core, rotten through and through, but he does possess a lot of scientific strategies. And now Rotten whipping Reynolds through the ropes and down to the hardwood floor. And now at ringside, manager Mark Curtis baiting T.C. Reynolds, teasing him, rubbing in the fact that Johnny Rotten is now with the advantage in this match. Reynolds trying to regain his bearings at ringside. He has a 10 count within which to re-enter the ring.
I think the referee is counting a little slow there, Hank. I think there's a little slow count there.
Well, Johnny Rotten interrupted the count there, Guido.
Did he? I think he might be favoring Reynolds here a little bit. Joe Perry's a good referee, but I can see him favoring Reynolds.
And now it's Rotten with a diagonal whip. No, a reversal by Reynolds. Reynolds on the rebound, backdrops. 8 on the Richter scale. Elbow drop. You talk about snatching that momentum, Guido. 1, 2, 2.5 count. Looks like Reynolds is getting that extra adrenaline now, Guido, that extra vim, vigor, and vitality. That elusive second win is back for T.C. Reynolds. A whip into the ropes. High drop kick right to the jaw. T.C. Reynolds got that win back now. A rollover cradle by Reynolds. 1, 2, 2.5.
I'll tell you, Rotten should have got him when he had the chance.
He had a chance to get a 3 count earlier, but he yanked him from the canvas to dish out more punishment. Rear takedown into a cradle. 1.
He's on the ropes. He's on the ropes.
But unfortunately for Reynolds, Johnny Rotten grabs the lower rope. Joe Perry forces a break.
Madison Square Garden match here today.
A main event in any arena here. And now the momentum has changed once again as Johnny Rotten grabs it. This is a 15-minute time limit, Guido. I don't know how much time is left, but these men have been battling for quite a long time here. Snapmare to the canvas. Johnny Rotten measuring his foe for a forearm to the throat. And now it's Reynolds on his back anew. Rotten rebounds. Hops over Reynolds. Rebounds again, and a falling headbutt right to the solar plexus.
Ooh, that's an old Skull Murphy move again.
That bald head come crashing down, knocking perhaps all the wind out of T.C. Reynolds. And now a rear chinlock grip close to a choke by Johnny Rotten.
I'd sure like to see this Johnny Rotten wrestle Carlos Colon. Carlos Colon is the guy I'd like to see Johnny Rotten go up against.
Referee Joe Perry is right on the spot there checking for a chokehold, but it appears to be legal. Referee Perry right there. A knee to the small of the back by Johnny Rotten. And now Johnny Rotten measuring his foe. No, but it's a trip by T.C. Reynolds. And an elbow drop to the chest, but both men are weary here. 1, 2.
He's too cocky. He's too cocky there.
Both men have given 100% in this match, and it's starting to take a toll on each wrestler. Hop over the back. Sunset flip by T.C. Reynolds. Oh, another near pin, Guido. A lot of near finishes here. Nip and tuck action. Each man.
Can't pick a winner. Can't pick a winner in this match.
I mean, you got to keep your eye on the match every second here. These men are trying finishers right after another. The advantage really changing hands quickly. I heard 1 more minute left in the match. It's very close to the end. A 15-minute time limit here. Laying the boots now is Johnny Rotten, but both men are very weary now. They gave it all during these 14 and a half minutes so far. A choke on the rope by Johnny Rotten.
He can't beat him in that position. He can't beat him there.
A slingshot, and Reynolds flies back into the center of the ring. The perspiration really flowing in this match.
Very impressed. Very impressed.
Both men very impressive in this match. Although it looks like he's setting him up for a pile driver, trying to set up Reynolds is Johnny Rotten.
See, he resists.
But a backdrop.
That's right. See.
Reynolds backdrops
Little
3.
bit of power he had, Hank.
A pin try by Reynolds. 1, 2, 2 3/4 that time. They're getting closer to that 3 count.
I tell you, Johnny Rotten should have taken him when he had the chance.
Yeah, he tried to set up that pile driver, but give T.C. Reynolds credit. He had a counter for the pile driver, namely the backdrop. And now Rotten trying to hoist Reynolds for a body slam. And he gets him up for a power slam. 235 pounds crashing down. But unfortunately for Rotten,
Leg is on the rope.
left leg of Reynolds over the bottom rope. We're getting very close to the end of this match, I believe. It's a 15-minute time limit. A head ram by Reynolds, by Rotten, ramming Reynolds into the turnbuckle. Reynolds trying to fight back. They're throwing everything at each other now, Guido, trying to get that pin right before the buzzer.
I'll tell you, Reynolds looks tired. He looks tired. Johnny Rotten, he looks the same as he did the first minute of the match. You can't tire this guy out.
He's relentless, Guido. Johnny Rotten is relentless right to the end of the match. Now he's going into another victory walk. It looks as though he thinks victory is imminent. Reynolds worse for the wear now as Reynolds, as Rotten.
He has to pull Reynolds up. You can't see.
Reynolds somehow coming back with some There's the 15-minute bell, Matt fans. The time limit finally ran out.
Break them up. Break them up.
But these men still want to continue. They've gone 15 long, hard, scientific, and rough and tumble minutes. Reynolds, it's too little, too late for TC now.
You can't hurt that Johnny Rotten head, I'll tell you.
The 15-minute time limit has elapsed, meaning that still champion is Johnny Rotten by virtue of the draw. Verdict by referee Joe Perry. Johnny Rotten retains the Tri-State Television Championship, Guido Mongol.
Terrific.
Matt fans, big action, and one of the men just coming off of a big. I don't want to use the word defeat because it really wasn't T.C. Reynolds.
No way, brother. No way.
But I'm sure you're devastated by the outcome. What do you have to say about it?
Hey, Johnny Rotten is a tough competitor. I go in that ring to wrestle. He doesn't think that way.
But you were probably upset with the draw verdict.
Yes and no. Yes, I'm upset, of course, because I didn't win the TV title. No, I'm happy with my progress here in Tri-State Wrestling, and anytime you can take a champion to a draw, that says something for you.
Now you're looking probably for that title shot once again if you get that rematch.
Oh, most definitely. You know, the promoters almost have to give me a rematch.
Without a doubt.
No doubt in my mind, I kept the TV champion to a draw. And,
But-
one or two lucky moves, I could have had him. I had him 2.5, 2 3/4. I just couldn't put him away. But that day's coming.
I think the man behind it, though, with the pen in hand, is none other than the Master Disaster, Mark Curtis.
Yeah, the Master of Disaster, Mark Curtis. Well, he seems to hang around a lot at ringside, sticking his nose where it don't belong. But I have an answer to him. I have an answer to Mark Curtis. I have a man his size, Kid Collins, up-and-coming star. I'm training him. Right now he's under my wing, showing him different holds and counter holds. He's going straight to the top. Mark Curtis, this is for you, brother. Don't turn your back, because Kid Collins is coming, and if he ain't there, I'm behind him.
And maybe a future tag team partner for T.C. Reynolds.
Yes, that's true. I am contemplating that. He has some training to go through. He's quick as lightning, fast, agile, very good coordination. He's got it all. In other words, the same man that created Frankenstein destroyed Frankenstein. However, I'm there to create and make Kid Collins possibly the TV champion, possibly the world's TV tag team champion with me, or possibly even a title shot with the world's champion, John Gavin.
A lot to look forward to, Matt fans. You can say nothing but success for T.C. Reynolds, and we'll see you back at ringside.
Welcome to Guido's Hot Seat. Today, what a interview we're going to have because we have a famous wrestler from Detroit. Detroit. Can you imagine Detroit? They make them tough in Detroit. And his manager, the guy that claims to be the second best manager in the world today.
I am the best.
You're the best. Do you manage the best?
Yes, I do.
This is the best?
This is the world's television champion.
Does he have a wig?
No, he doesn't need a wig.
He doesn't need a wig,
Look at
right?
the scars on this man's forehead.
Yes, I can
He's
see
been through
that.
a few tussles.
I can see
and
that.
yet he still gets in the ring
What
time after
did he
time.
used to be before he was a wrestler? A catcher with the White Sox?
He's a street fighter.
Oh, he was a street fighter. Oh.
And tell us about your great career.
Oh, my great career. Hey, I am here. I am here inviting you people in, paying you this good money to sit down here and talk to me. I'll answer you the questions. I know you said enough. That's good. That was a good interview. I don't want to stretch your intelligence.
Let me tell you something.
I don't want to
You
stretch your
are the king of
intelligence.
the has-been.
Hey!
You sit on the sidelines, you sit there and talk about the
There's
wrestling.
only
But
one thing.
When are you going to come back in the ring?
There's only one
When are
thing.
you going to come back in the ring and
It's
try
better
to
to
be
be a has-been than a never was.
You're the king of the has-beens. You're
He
worth
is
the
the
world's TV
You are
champion.
worth He is the world's TV champion.
He beats people day in and day out every week
You know
on
what a
television.
TV, you know how to beat a TV champion? You know how to beat a TV champion? Click. I beat them every time. Every time, no matter how good they are on their television, I just go click.
Listen,
And they're beat.
Listen, King
And
of the
they're
has-beens.
pinned.
Listen,
And they're
King of the
pinned.
has-beens. When you want to get back into the business and step back in the ring, that's what I'm waiting for.
This-
to beat the legend.
This
beat
animal,
the legend.
challenge. This animal.
Can you take the challenge?
He speaks.
I want to beat
Can you
the legend.
take the challenge? He really speaks.
Do you have the guts
Can you
to take the
imagine?
challenge?
With a
He
head,
challenged
with
you.
a head like that, and he really talks English.
Let's talk about
I thought you
heads.
said he was from Detroit.
Let's talk about
I
challenges.
thought you said you were from Detroit.
You want to talk about heads? I'm from the
Who used to wear a ponytail? You're from Detroit.
Who used to have a bald head and a ponytail? Who used to have a bald head and a ponytail? And he talks about you. He's washed up.
That's it.
Let's get
Tell me something. Tell me something.
Listen, when you're ready to get back in the ring, are you downtown Bruno's
They'll
father?
phone you and
Come on.
let me know who your hairdresser is. Another good shot in Guido's hot seat. Next time, it'll be even better.
Hi kids, this is Hercules Gavin talking to you guys about proper nutrition. Now I want to tell you all something. You can't go home eating Frosted Flakes, Zingers, Oreo cookies, donuts. I'm telling you, you got to eat good things like chicken, pasta, beef. Eat good. You are what you eat, kids, and remember, you got to eat everything. All the 4 basic food groups. I'm talking about breads and cereals, meats, fruits and vegetables, and the dairy products. You need everything, kids, and make sure you get it all.
Wrestling fans, this next event will be for the Tri-State Heavyweight Championship, one fall with a 60-minute time limit. Let me first introduce the challenger in the far corner from Harlan County, Kentucky, weighing in at 280 pounds, the Kentucky Butcher. And his opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 290 pounds, the Tri-State Heavyweight Champion, John Hercules Gavin. And it's the Kentucky Butcher with a pre-gong sneak attack. The Butcher wants this title bad, Gato, and he's willing to do anything to get it.
Butcher don't want to lose. He don't want to lose. He knows that losing a few matches is going to down his rating, and he wants to stay. If he can beat this guy, then I'll tell you, his rating will jump.
He's like a shark at the sight of blood. He has that title in sight, and he wants it from our great champion, John
Just to be in
Gavin.
there with this John Gavin is good for the Kentucky Butcher.
Oh, as I say each week here on Tri-State Championship Wrestling, there's no such thing as a non-title match here. Every match is a title match.
He's throwing chops like Wahoo McDaniels. Look at it. Look.
Oh, right to the pit of the jaw. That elbow really decked the Butcher. Oh, that really loosened some chops right there. Yeah.
He better cook those potatoes.
A hoist into the air and a vertical suplex. Oh, he binds 2 feet off the canvas. Brilliant vertical suplex by the champion, John Gavin. And now Butcher whipped into the ropes. On the rebound, a flying power slam executed to perfection. And the champion cops the winning 3 count. This couldn't have been no more than 90 seconds, Guido.
I know it's 90 seconds, but I'll tell you, I've never seen a guy take so much punishment as that Kentucky Butcher. He's a tough guy. Even though he loses, he's a tough guy.
Well, he gave it all he had in the first 30 seconds of the match with that sneak attack. He was trying to cop that title, but John Hercules Gavin came back lightning-like quick with that beautiful vertical suplex, bouncing the Butcher 2 feet off the canvas, plus that flying power slam, and the pin was a mere formality. Ein, zwei, drei, it was all over, Guido.
The guy's a top guy. This John Gavin is a top wrestler, a top caliber wrestler.
And he proved it again this week.
He sure did. Because these guys, this Kentucky Butcher is no slouch, and the other guy he wrestled is no slouch either.
We'll be back with more Tri-State Championship Wrestling right after this exciting interview. With me now, Matt fans, manager Downtown Bruno. And currently, Bruno, you've been demanding to the Tri-State Wrestling Alliance for title shots against John Hercules Gavin, for Irish Red Walsh, and for Baron Mikkel Donatelli.
Well, why shouldn't I be? I'm a professional wrestling manager. I'm not some geek warehouse worker. What do you expect me to do? He's the champ, but we're better. We want the gold. What's wrong with that?
Well, John Gavin is the Tri-State Heavyweight Champion, and he didn't get it the shortcut way. Why do your men deserve a title shot?
Hey, wait a minute. Let me cut you short there. Only thing you got right about John Gavin being the Tri-State Heavyweight Champion, forget Tri-State, forget champion. He's a heavyweight. I want to tell you something. If I had nothing better to do all day long than pump iron, lift weights like some stupid geek that don't know how to do nothing but pump iron in some sweaty gym, then I could have a body like that too. Hey, my body ain't too bad either if you've noticed. Look at this. That's solid, brother. And as far as Irish Red Walsh, Baron Miguel Donatelli, they're even built better than me if that's possible. This is called athletic, brother. This ain't some pumped-up steroid fiend like Mr. Gavin, the stupid-looking Hercules Hernandez ripoff. Go ahead. What do you have to say?
You know he's a lot more than that. He's a top professional wrestler. He knows the moves and the counter moves. He's not just muscle.
Oh, yeah, he's not just muscle. Explain to me why he walks around with them Brutus Beefcake tights like a geek. He looks like a she-male that should have been down on my corner pen in ninth, brother. He's no wrestler. He's a geek. He's a transvestite, and he's a fool, and I don't want to talk about him no more.
Well, you have to talk about him because your men want the Tri-State Heavyweight title, and the only way they're going to get it is by defeating John Hercules Gavin.
Now, I'll go back in the dressing room, hit him with a baseball bat. This way he lays there dead, and we'll just take the belt out of his locker, walk home with it, pawn it down Liberty Avenue, then we'll all be happy and rich, and I won't have to stand here and talk to a geek like you no more in the funny suit. You smell like Joe Perry.
Well, Matt fans, in the coming weeks, hopefully we'll get to see either Irish Red Walsh or Baron Mikkel Donatelli against the champion, John Hercules Gavin. Wrestling fans, this next event will be a 4-man Australian tag team match, one fall, with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first of all, in the far corner, we have the manager from 7th and Liberty Avenue, Downtown Bruno. And he represents from Palermo, Sicily, weighing in at 250 pounds, the evil Baron Mikkel Donatelli. And his partner from Dublin, Ireland, weighing 245 pounds, Irish Red Walsh.
These are the tag team champions, you know. These are the tag team champions. That's right.
And their opponents from Athens, Greece, weighing in at 224 pounds, Nick the Golden Greek Carter. And his partner from Columbus, Ohio, weighing in at 180 pounds, Kid Collins. Yes, indeed, Matt fans, we have a 4-man Australian tag team riot. One of the most exciting spectacles in professional wrestling this week on Tri-State Championship Wrestling, as the team of Baron Mikel Donatelli and Irish Red Walsh faced a combo of Kid Collins and Nick the Golden Greek Carter.
Kid Collins, I'll tell you, Kid Collins looks like the guy that was on, what was it, Sean Anna?
I don't recall, no.
No, you didn't see. He
Referee-
could use a little weight. He could use a little weight on him there.
Well, let's give a guy a chance to see what he can do. But starting off the match is Nick Carter against Irish Red Walsh, with the referee's position in center ring. Walsh in the ropes. Referee Perry calling for a clean break, and Nick Carter is glad to oblige. Carter's trying to set a scientific tone for this match, but I think that's a futile venture against the team of Red Walsh and Mike Donatelli. Once again in center ring, referee's position. Struggling for position here, and now it's Carter in the ropes. Will Red Walsh return to clean break? No, sirree, Guido.
He returned it all right.
He returned a fist right across the upper chest. Referee Perry warning about that closed fist. We got manager Danton Bruno around the outside perimeter of the ring, putting in his 2 cents in this big 4-man Australian tag team match. 1 against 1 now as Carter faces Red Walsh. Walsh with the side headlock advantage. Ringing the ears of the Golden Greek Nick Carter. Manager Bruno instructing Walsh to make him suffer, and Red Walsh is glad to oblige. Ringing the ears of Nick the Golden Greek. Referee Perry warning Red Walsh. Donatelli trying to sneak in. Referee Perry ordering him to return to the apron. Guido, our referee Joe Perry's going to have his hands full trying to maintain order in this tag team match. Referee is a very unrewarding job, and referee Joe Perry does the best he can, but the odds are against him in a tag team match. You can't notice everything that goes on. It's just not humanly possible for Joe Perry. But now it's Mike Donatelli, the evil Baron Mikel, and they're against Nick the Golden Greek. And now a side headlock by the Baron. The man from Sicily claiming a hair pull, but he lays in a closed fist when the referee is out of position. Now laying the leather is the Baron Donatelli, tagging Red Walsh now. Quick tags by this team. A boot right into the throat of Nick Carter as Walsh lays the boots to the midsection. Some 2-on-1 double teaming here by the team of Walsh and Donatelli. And now Walsh whipping Carter into the ropes on the rebound, a belt to the breadbasket. And now Walsh lays one in on Kid Collins. Now booting the back of the left thigh of Nick Carter. And now a step over toe hold by Irish Red Walsh. The double teaming tactics of Walsh and Donatelli taking their toll on Nick the Golden Greek Carter at the outset of this match. Referee Perry checking the shoulders of Carter. Gets a 1 count right there. Carter writhing in pain. He's been a victim of double teaming right from the outset. And a heel scrape to Walsh's eyes frees the Golden Greek. And now the Golden Greek limping slightly as a result of that step over toe hold, facing off again against Red Walsh in center ring. Referee's position. Carter back to a turnbuckle. A left knee to the midsection by Walsh and an encore. Flying mare across the ring by Irish Red, the Irish freedom fighter. Now moving in on Carter, whipping into the ropes on the rebound. Carter, a backdrop try, a side backdrop.
He missed it.
Carter tried to avoid it, but he sort of glanced off of Walsh here to the side. A whip and a belt to the breadbasket by Walsh. Now Donatelli tagging in, holding Carter wide open for that leather. Boots crashing down on the Golden Greek. And now a chokehold by the evil Baron. Kid Collins still hasn't seen any action in this match, Guido. He just can't get in.
No, I don't think he wants to get in either.
Nick Carter carrying 100% of the load for his team so far, and he's taking the worst of it against Walsh and Donatelli. And now it's Danton Bruno holding the leg of the Golden Greek from ringside. The manager from 7th and Liberty Avenue putting in his 2 cents. He got a stick wrapped around his ankle.
That's a little too much there. 3 against 1.
Referee Perry distracted across the ring by Kid Collins.
Perry should disqualify him.
Referee Perry just went on record threatening Bruno with disqualification if he sees him interfere once more. And now Bruno has handed that long stick to the Evil Baron. I don't think referee Perry has noticed it yet. And now it's referee's position.
I think Carter's partner is going to take off for the dressing room if he there he is. He's in the ring.
Now Kid Collins ready to see his first action in this match.
Kid Paulin is right.
No, it's Kid Collins, Guido.
Oh, Kid Paulin. It's more like Kid Paulin, I'll tell you.
Kid Collins out of Columbus, Ohio against Irish Red Walsh. And the great strength of Red Walsh is evident there as Kid Collins goes matward real quick.
He needs about another 30 or 40 pounds.
And now Red whipping a backdrop try, but a sunset flip by Collins. Two. Oh, he nearly had the pin there, Kid Collins. Good sunset flip by the Kid.
That's right, he got a little smarts. He's just too light, that's all.
Side headlock by Red Walsh. Collins whipping again. Walsh rebounds. A flying double chop to the throat by Collins. A press try. 1, 2, but the Evil Baron breaks up that predicament.
I'll tell you, this little skinny Collins is not too bad.
He's really looking good in there, Kid Collins.
Lacking body weight, that's what it is.
But he got a lot of good scientific maneuvers.
Yes, he has.
And now a neck stretcher by Donatelli.
See him hit the back of his head on that mat.
Oh, he got it from both sides, in the throat and the back of the neck after that fall. Now the Baron laying the heavy artillery on Kid Collins. And now Walsh holding Kid Collins from behind and choking as Donatelli distracts referee Joe Perry.
Well, you tell me.
Triple teaming.
Shouldn't be up there. He got no right to be up there.
Triple teaming on poor Kid Collins.
Manager should be just watching the match. You had no right to be up there.
Referee don't see it. It ain't cheating, right?
Yes, it is. I see it, and it's cheating, and I'll tell the referee.
And now it's Donatelli with a headlock on Nick the Golden Greek, who has tagged in. A closed fist right to the head. It was not an open hand, as the Baron claims. A closed fist right to the forehead. And now a blatant chokehold. And now a whip into the ropes. On the rebound, a boot to the midsection by the Evil Baron. An elbow drop to the midsection by Donatelli. A press try. 1. It only yields a 1.5 count. But the Evil Baron is right back at the Golden Greek. A belt to the stomach. And now a gut wrench hoist. And a pile driver. Oh, right to the top of the head. The pin is a mere formality. After that pile driver, Guido, Nick the Greek.
I've never seen a pile driver like that. He come right down on the back of his head.
He is simply through Don Feeney right in center ring. But via the pile driver, the winner of this 4-man Australian tag team match, Downtown Bruno's Men of Irish Red Walsh and Baron Mikel Donatelli defeating Kid Collins and Nick the Golden Greek Carter, Matt fans. It was an exciting tag match.
I feel sorry for Nick Carter because the guy gets in there, he either has a guy that's too big for him, or he has a guy that's a big muscular ox, or he has a partner that's too small with him. The competition has been terrible against the guy. He hasn't had a chance since he started wrestling.
But you got to give the Golden Greek credit, Guido. He gives his all despite the heavy odds.
Yes, he does. Yes,
and Matt fans,
he does.
don't go away. We'll be back with an exciting interview. Standing to my right, wrestling fans, one of the top contenders for the Tri-State Heavyweight Championship, Jerry Stonewall Jackson. And Jerry, when are you going to get that?
Let me tell you this. Let me clear this up. First of all, I'm good looking, and I can't help that. I'm strong and built, and I can't help that either. But most of all, I can wrestle, and I can't help that either. But I'll tell you this, you've only seen me one time wrestle in that ring, but I want more. I want more. I want more action. I can take on anybody. You know why? Because I'm good looking, built, and strong, and I can wrestle too. What else you want to know, Spud?
Well, back to the topic at hand. You are one of the top contenders.
Bring up my glove. Bring up my glove again. I don't want to hear nothing about that glove.
I didn't say anything about the glove.
What are you talking about?
I said you're one of the top contenders for the Tri-State Heavyweight title. When are you going to get a title shot, and how do you feel you'll do?
That's up to the promoter. And how do I feel I'll do? You know how I'll do. I'll win, like I always do. I don't care how I win. I do it.
Well, so far you're undefeated on Tri-State Championship Wrestling.
I'm stay undefeated. That's all there is to it.
Well, some of the other wrestlers vying for a title shot have a manager. Currently, you don't. Are there any in mind?
I don't have a manager. I don't need a manager. All I need is myself. I am a true winner. Natural, true winner.
Well, you got some other top contenders vying for that shot, like T.C. Reynolds.
There is no such thing as a top contender. I beat all them spuds. I mash them like potatoes. That's all there is to it.
Well, I know in the coming weeks you're sure going to get your chance because you have some top matches lined up for you in the coming weeks.
All that is just going to be a little sweat workout for me because I get in that gym, I pump out iron. I squish people like spud potatoes.
You sure have an obsession with spuds. Why is that?
Well, I'm going to tell you something, Mr. Spud. I'll squash you like a potato. That's all there is to it.
Well, you're going to get your title shots in the next coming week. You're going to be facing the top contenders, and hopefully you'll be facing John Hercules Gavin in the coming weeks.
They're all spuds.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Master of Disaster, Mark Curtis, and standing here is my television champion, your television champion, everybody's television champion, Johnny Rotten. We are here today to tell you about drunk driving. Do not drink and drive. I am the Master of Disaster, and don't be stupid. Give your keys to somebody else. Stay over at the person's house, but don't you dare get into a car and drink and drive, because if we're driving down the road and we see you, we're going to take care of you.
Well, Guido, I'm sure you'll agree with me. This was another exciting week this week on Tri-State Championship Wrestling.
Yes, it was. Gene Okerlund, eat your heart out again, see, because you've done a great job, Hank, and I was very pleased with the wrestling. The wrestling is very superior, and the wrestlers are very superior. This is nothing other than Tri-State wrestling. It's only going to be localized in the Tri-State area, and there's many other stations in the local Tri-State area, cable stations, and many of them are asking for top-rated wrestling in the local area, and it's available right here.
And wrestling fans, we want to remind you, if you're watching this at a home of a friend and you would like to have Tri-State Wrestling in your own home, in your own cable company, write to your cable company or call your cable company and tell them you want Tri-State Wrestling right in your own neighborhood, and we'll be glad to supply the tape so you can see it right at home. And Guido, until next week, this is Hank Hudson along with Guido Mongol saying so long from ringside.
Amen.